I'm a big fan of collaborations done right. When you take the best aspects of this watch and the best aspects of that watch and create something new. That's exactly what Studio Underdog and Fears did with the gimlet, and they have done it again. So this is the Manhattan. Yes, another cocktail, and this one is specifically for the Wind Up Watch Fair in New York, which is happening this weekend. This is the second installment in the cocktail series that seems to be becoming a bit of a thing with these two, and it gave me a fabulous excuse to learn how to make a Manhattan. It's really boozy. This is not a rookie drink.
Oh my god.
Let's talk about this watch though. There are things I like, things I don't, but mostly things I like. Design-wise, this is my favorite yet. I still love the gimlet. My husband bought one in London, but the Manhattan might have overtaken it in my heart. I would describe the colors as rich and deep with an auburn fume, starting out quite dark along the outside of the dial, coming into a rich orange with sunburst effect. As I said before, to me, this is a collaboration executed perfectly. You can clearly see aspects of Studio Underdog and aspects of Fears, both on display. Fears is represented through the Brunswick style cushion case in stainless steel, onion crown, and the Fears style font and handset. The dial, on the other hand, is completely Studio Underdog, with the base dial being radial fume, 1 millimeter thick, amber-colored sapphire disc placed atop and held by the two pinheads that are exposed. This is what makes it look like the printed details are floating, casting a shadow on the lower base dial, and it makes it very hard to film from my very selfish point of view. I'd describe the vibe as vintage meets modern. Vintage cushion case style, even the color feels 70s, then modern styling with a fully brushed case, and sporty 02 series exposed pins. I'm into it, I wish I could get it, and this is what brings me to the thing that I like the least, availability. So these are limited to 300 pieces and will be sold exclusively at Wind Up Watch Fair in New York City this weekend, October 17th to 19th. This is one of those things that I love and I hate all at the same time. I have some real FOMO right now. I'm very sad that I can't make it to New York to get one of these. But on the other hand, I kind of love the idea of something being so exclusive and experiential. I think since the pandemic, a lot of exclusive releases have become a very isolated experience. It's just you sat at your laptop, hitting refresh over and over and over again. And this was one of the exciting and kind of nice things about the gimlet. There was a literal queue of people all together talking about watches, and it was delightful. So now that same experience is being moved over to New York. If you are based in or around New York City, or if you're just going to this specific windup and you want one of these, make sure you get there in time to get one. Let's talk specifications. This has a case diameter of 38 millimeters, a thickness of 9.7 millimeters, and a lug-to-lug of 43.5 mil. Something really unexpected is the 100 meters of water resistance. I'd be interested to see if anyone throws this on a sportier strap and takes this swimming. On the wrist, these proportions are lovely. So here it is on my 5.5-inch wrist versus my husband's 7-inch wrist. I think this looks just as good on a smaller wrist as it does on a larger one. On an average to larger wrist size, this will almost feel like vintage proportions, really classical, whereas on my wrist, it feels more modern. Cushion cases are always an interesting wearing experience, so I hope I can capture it well enough to give you a rough idea. It's definitely worth talking about the strap as well. This is probably my favorite strap from either brand. They have matched the color perfectly with a tobacco brown color made by the strap tailor, quick release spring bars, and a co-signed buckle. Powering this watch is the manual winding Sellita SW210-1, giving 42 hours of power reserve and an accuracy of -7 + 7 seconds per day. Very good workhorse movement, good specs. The only possible complaint I could see some people having is with the closed case back. I know a lot of people really like a sapphire case back and to see the movement and all the inner workings. I actually really like what they've done, closed with a cute little cherry. These retail for $1,300 USD, which honestly is an amazing price, incredibly well priced, especially for how limited they are. Now, I'm going to tuck this part away at the end because it could just be me being grumpy. And I'm about to say some things, and if you disagree with me, please let me know in the comments. A lot of people have been in my comment section complaining about launches like this when micro brands and indies work with YouTubers like me to get the word out, to build hype, and hopefully make people excited about this thing that they've made. And I think people are being a little bit unfair. I love being a part of launches like this when brands want to work with people like me. This is not an advertisement. Sponsors are always clearly labeled. This is me working as a creator, giving my honest thoughts and feedback. I received the watch just for a couple weeks to be hands-on with, try it on, and really build my honest feelings. And that's all I have to do in this video is say what I honestly think. I have no pressure to even make a video. I could have made nothing. No one owes anyone anything. You can click this video. You can not click this video. You can just scroll by it. You could stay for a little bit and then leave. No one is making you stay and keep learning more about this watch. I don't relate with people who get upset with brands for doing more organic ways of marketing. I don't know, but I'm also very aware that I have a dog in this fight. I just don't relate to people who don't like this. To me, it seems like everyone wins. Smaller brands don't have to spend a bunch of money on advertisements. Creators like me get to make more videos, which is always exciting. And consumers have not branded content and materials they can turn to when deciding if this is something when deciding if this is something that they want to add to their life. If you are someone who dislikes brands doing this, I would really love to know in the comments down below why and what do you think brands should do instead, just for my own curiosity and education. What I can understand is people being grumpy about how limited these are. I completely get that. I'm grumpy about that too. But stay tuned because maybe there's something else coming. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I don't know if I've already said too much, but in conclusion, some rapid fire likes and dislikes. For one, I love the dial. It's so rich and so deep. 2, I love the choice of a fully brushed case, the juxtaposition of the old-timey feeling, and then this very cool feeling. 3, the proportions are great. It works on a larger and smaller wrist alike. 4, the 100 meters of water resistance was unexpected and awesome. 5, the strap is great. And 6, the price is very, very good. I think a lot of watches being delivered for that price, and it's refreshing. As for what I dislike, it's really only the exclusivity and the FOMO that I feel rising within me. But that's the luxury industry, baby. That's what it is. And if your biggest problem for this weekend is, I couldn't get to New York to buy a fancy watch, you're doing okay. These aren't real problems. But anyways, guys, I think that's everything you need to know about this newest collab. What do you guys think? Let me know in those comments down below. Thank you to Studio Underdog and Fears for letting me be hands-on with this. Thank you to you for your viewership. And thank you to the Pope tier patrons. Get their names on the freaking screen. Oh, that is boozy. This is like some prohibition. Let's just put alcohol in a glass kind of stuff going on. Hold on, let's do one more. I'm gonna keep trying. Ooh, I actually actively don't want to drink it, but I've made it now. It gets worse every sip. Ooh.